Hello chess homies, I have a super cool video planned today. I'm going to go through a game where I feel like the puzzles I've been doing on chess.com have helped improve my game. So without further ado, I'm just going to get started. My opponent opened with e4, which is something that I see all the damn time. I played c5, which is the Sicilian defense. I never played c5 against e4 until I was about 1350. I had always played e5 every time I played e4, and then something just switched in my brain, and now I always play c5. So there's that. And these are all pretty standard moves I'm going to go through pretty fast. I try to push the pawns when I play the Sicilian because I feel like there's some tricky lines with the knights and the bishops coming forward. So I try to control all the squares that they can go to. The engine prefers this position for white, but it's a +1. So this is an inaccuracy where I was trading knight for knight. It leaves this bishop unguarded, but my plan was to trade off this bishop anyway. So obviously bishop for knight probably isn't the greatest thing to do, but I felt like once I got this bishop activated and this rook over, it would be a pretty solid position for me. So I played the knight out, and they played this pawn up to defend the center. Then I played this pawn out so I could clear some space for this bishop. Then they played a3, which is a move that I had to react to, and I was pretty much just waiting for them to play a3 to capture this knight. And then the queen captured here, and I decided to develop the bishop on this diagonal. And then this is where my opponent made an inaccuracy, and this is still fine for white, but it allows me to move my pieces to the squares that I was going to move them to anyway, but at the same time create threats on white's position. So I was going to play rook to c8 anyway, but now it pins the bishop to the queen. So that's what I went ahead and played. Then they moved the queen out of the pin. And now I played d6, idea being kick back the bishop. I had thought my opponent would play the bishop over, and then I would have to react to this, maybe by playing like the queen up or the queen there. But here my opponent castled, and it's interesting that castling is a blunder in this position, and it's actually the best alternative in this position. And the reason that is because my opponent thought that they had this pin on the queen, so I couldn't take the pawn with the pawn, which is true. But if I take with the rook, the only thing defending the bishop is the queen. So if the queen takes and I take, and the queen takes and I take, at the end of this we traded rooks, we traded queens, but I got a bishop. So I spotted this tactic. I've been playing a lot of puzzles lately, trying to do the puzzle climb, and I played the move rook takes c5. And then we went into that variation, and a couple moves later, being down a bishop, my opponent resigned in this position. So there you have it. The key position is this, and the move is rook takes, and rook takes is really natural. I know that in a lot of Sicilian lines, if this file opens up, sometimes the rook is traded for the knight. So this is one tactic that I was happy that I found, helped me win the game, and puzzles improve chess. So that's pretty much it for today's video. Subscribe if you'd like, and have a wonderful day.